Recently, it was announced that two stations in Montana, the Havre and Shelby stations, would be losing their on-site ticketing agents. These two towns have long been supportive partners of Amtrak. In fact, Shelby is home to one of Amtrak's crew bases. The Empire Builder is the lifeblood of many of these rural communities, and I'm concerned about the impacts this decision might have on Havre as well as Shelby. Mr. Gardner, I understand you came to this decision for economic reasons. I'm sure they were sound reasons. What specifically can Amtrak do to continue to meet the needs of rural Montanans in these communities, in many cases the elderly, who are on fixed incomes, who do not have reliable internet access or the understanding of technology necessary to obtain electronic tickets?
Thank you, Senator. I understand you're concerned about these two stations. You're correct that we did. We've prioritized removing staff from stations which have less than 40 daily on-offs at each station. Each one of those station positions costs roughly $100,000, so it's a significant expense. And our aim is to improve, as Congress has directed us, improve the economic performance of the national network while obviously focusing on keeping our service and serving the communities.
So it was 40 kind of the line that you drew then? For
We did,
yeah.
and we're continuing to look.
Are there any other stations on the Amtrak network with fewer on-site ticket purchases that still have ticket agents?
No, I mean, everything at 40 or everything on the long-distance network. There are some instances potentially on the state-supported portion of the national network where states are paying for those costs. They've decided to invest. But in general, no, we are destaffing, we're moving staff from these locations, and instead, because of the points you raised, we are using generally two strategies to make sure that we have an adequate presence. One is to hire caretakers, where we hire someone to come and open the station, make sure it's in proper condition, and close it so that it's open and available in good shape for the period of time that the station is needed. As you know, one train a day, the station's not necessary to be open for extended periods. Or two, our volunteer host program, where we work with communities and mayors, and we are able to get staffed station help through volunteers. We have this around communities all over. Ms. Quinn mentioned in Maine the extensive program there. So we are anxious to work, and we have been working really with all of the communities impacted here to try and create a good footprint, a good presence to serve folks. And of course, the vast majority of our ticketing is done either by phone or online today, and we're able to serve.
This is just looking out
needs.
for, we've got a generation that is not as technically savvy.
Yeah.
The grandkids, I'm sure, could do it very quickly, but that's not always a solution for them. So,
well, at this stage, passengers can call, they can make a reservation, they don't have to print their ticket, they can get on the ticket, and the conductors, through their handheld, can look up their name and have their reservation. So we're trying to make it as easy as we can so that folks have the ability to show up at a station. And we're also looking at our new ticketing platform and kiosks that we could make available in stations that allow customers to come and be able to both purchase and print any materials they need right away, and also access customer service through the network.